Oh, g'day there guys, MrAusAdventure here once more. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about my youth. This is a bit of a video response to Aspie Thinker's video on how he got arrested for underage drinking when he was a teenager. So I will put a link to his video just up there. I was not really an instigator of trouble when I was a teenager, but I was easily led astray by others. The first incident I want to talk about was when I was 15 years old at school camp. We were on a surfing camp, go away for the week surfing, and in town there were a number of surf shops, and I was hanging out in one of these surf shops one day when a mate of mine, school friend, decided he was going to steal some clothes, and I was a lookout for him. So I was supposed to be looking out, making sure that the owner wasn't watching, blah blah blah. So my friend got caught, and I ran all the way back to the school camp. So he turns up later on that day in the back of a police car, gets in trouble. He's in the shit, we're not. He didn't tell on me. But later that evening, I got up to a little bit of mischief myself, and I got caught drinking alcohol in the school camp. There were a number of us doing it, but the teachers didn't pick on the older kids who were leaving school that year. They picked on the kids who were going back the next year. So we all got caught, we all got in trouble, and then I was supposed to go for a meeting with them to determine whether they were going to allow me back to the school the following year. So this was year 10, and I was going back to do year 11 the next year. But I didn't turn up for the meeting after school had finished. It was in the end of the school year. I was supposed to go back for this meeting, but Guns N' Roses were out in Australia, and I'd seen them the night before. They were touring on their Appetite for Destruction tour, 1988. And I didn't go along to the meeting, but my mum did, and they let me back in. But my parents and I discussed the matter, and well, they decided, and I decided too, that I just weren't going to go back the next year because really I was not interested in schooling anymore. So what happened then was I left school and went to work, and I started hanging around with some older people at work, and I started hanging around with some unsavory types. So while hanging out with a couple of these guys, we were shopping, and one of the guys decided he wanted to go and get a bong for smoking marijuana out of. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. So he goes and buys this bong, brand new, and he had nowhere to put it, but I had a backpack, so it ended up in my backpack. And he also had drugs on him. Somehow I ended up with 2 blocks of hashish on me, in my wallet. I don't know how that happened, how I ended up carrying it, but I ended up with it in my coin department in my wallet. Maybe I was the only one with a wallet, I don't know. So anyway, I'm walking along with this bong in my backpack, and my backpack didn't tie up properly at the top. So it was poking out the top. The police saw me, pulled over, took the bong and smashed it in the gutter. Now, it was not illegal to have bongs. They are legal. You know, smoke tobacco through them. But most people use them for illegal drugs. Now, after they smashed this bong, they had to look through my bag and searched even through my wallet, got my ID and everything, and I was shitting myself. I thought, they're going to find these drugs, I'm going to be caught, I'm going to be going to court, I'm going to get all these convictions. But they didn't see them. The little foil packages looked like coins, obviously in the dark, to their torch, and they let us go, which was very lucky. So that was not the only time that I was pulled over by the police when there were drugs in my possession. At one time I was with some friends from work, and we went to the bar and had a beer, and I was on provisional license at the time, what they call P plates, so I was not supposed to be drinking any alcohol whatsoever. So I pulled out of the car park of this pub right in front of a police car, and I was a bit sideways and, you know, showing off, being a bit of a dickhead. Just pulled straight out in front of a police car, and so they've siren straight on, bang, pulled me over, and they gave me a breath test, and they said, well, yeah, you shouldn't be drinking. I said, oh yeah, I know, blah blah blah. But you know, they worked out where we all worked. They asked where we worked, and they knew our boss, and they got along well with our boss, so they basically let us off. But they did do a bit of a search through the car and had a bit of a look first before they came to that conclusion. There was marijuana in the car. It was not mine. I don't know whose it was, but I don't know why it was there, but I remember there was marijuana in the car. And I was crapping myself. I thought, well, it's my car. They're going to do me for it. So that was another occasion. There was other times when I got pulled over when I'd had a beer when I shouldn't have had a beer, and they let me off each and every time. I don't know what it was, but every time I got pulled over when I'd had a drink, when I should have been on 0-0, they let me off. Even when I smashed my car up, I blew .05 on the dot, which is the limit. They could have got me for that, but they let me off for that. So that was in my video, part 1 of I Thought I Was Going to Die, which is a few videos back, with the crashed up car on the thumbnail for it. So that was that incident. So yeah, I got away with a few things in my time, and I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And these days I'm a sensible, law-abiding citizen who does everything right. But you know, you do grow up and you do stupid things as a teenager, so there you go. So if you've got any similar stories you would like to share, you could do a video response too, or you could just leave some comments down below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and ride safe, and remember, don't touch drugs. Bye bye.